I am Esme.
And I am Emma.
And we are two friends who have been writing together for decades.
We got that?
We've also been saying this intro for decades and I still can't get it right. Anyway, this is a special bonus episode of the podcast where we are beholden to no one. We'll be talking about books in depth. Can we just start, Jen?
Yes.
This is what you do it now. Hello and welcome to What We Wrote. I am Esme.
And I am Emma.
And we are two friends who have been writing together for decades. This is a special bonus episode of the podcast where we are beholden to no one. We'll be talking about books in depth, our favourite or least favourite tropes, writing tips, and whatever the hell we want. And this week we are talking about a book called The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab.
Yes. It's actually a miracle that I haven't read this before this because...
I think it's like just out.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a new release.
If you guys haven't noticed, I'm a bit of a V.E. Schwab fan.
Hadn't noticed.
Read all of her books.
Which would be interesting because this is my first.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've not read anything by her
God.
yet up to this point, except for this one. So we've got an Uber fan and a new reader
Yeah.
point of view. So I guess, what did you think of it?
5 stars. I fucking love this book. I mean, look, it's good in a different way from some of her other books. It's definitely like a lot of her other books are series, tend to have, more kind of, I guess, normal writing. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but like,
right, okay.
I think because this is a standalone, she's really gone fucking all out.
Yeah.
And it is beautifully written.
Yeah.
I fucking loved it. There's nothing I would change about this book. I cried, I laughed, I had a great time.
Yep.
What about you? What did you think?
Yeah, look, I did like it. I don't think I liked it as much as you did. I think I actually gave it 4 stars.
Ew.
I know, I was worried what you were like, he's gonna hate me.
That was the sticker off on the bottom of the chair.
Jesus. So yeah, I think I gave it a 4 stars. It was beautifully written, there's no denying that. Absolutely agree. But there were a few, like, I wouldn't even say issues, but a few things that I was just like, nah, could have been done a bit differently maybe. And that I just didn't really vibe with, I guess. But overall, yeah, it was a lovely book. And very, very nice. Especially to read, because I think I read this after A Court of Mist and Fury.
Yeah.
So going from that to this, I was like, oh, so this is how you write. I see now.
I remember what books are supposed
exactly.
to be like.
So like that on its own, it easily got at least 4 stars just by, having grammar. So, but yeah, I did enjoy it.
Yep.
And I'm looking forward to reading more of her work.
Yes, you should.
Yeah,
she's great. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess that's a spoiler-free review.
It's spoiler-free bit, yeah.
From now on here, there'd be spoilers.
There'd be spoilers.
Spoilers.
Yeah. So if you want to read this book and you are worried about spoilers, hit pause.
Yep.
Read it and come back.
It's not very long.
No.
It won't take you long.
No, it won't take you long. And
it's an easy read.
It is. Yeah. All right. Let's go through.
Yep.
Musical interlude.
So I feel like because this is not a follow-up or a book in a series, like maybe we should give like a quick rundown of like what it's about, just in case you don't care about spoilers and haven't read it and just want to listen to us talk about it, or whatever. So The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue is essentially the story of a girl who trades away her identity, her personhood. Basically, she's going to be forced to be married as a provincial French girl in the 17th century or something like that.
Kind of thing. Yep.
And she makes a deal with a dark god, and in return for her freedom and being able to live forever, people can no longer remember her when she steps out of their sight.
Yeah.
So as soon as you are looking at her, every memory you have of her removes itself from your brain. It's as if she never existed. She can't say her own name or tell her own story.
Yep.
So she has an invisible life, as the title says.
Yep.
And it's pretty much the story of Addie meeting another young man who has also made a deal with the same devil, and the shenanigans that follow from that.
Yes, exactly.
So yeah, that's basically the Cliff Notes.
Yep.
So I guess we better get into it.
I know, it's hard because I didn't write many notes.
No.
Because it is like ultimately a good book.
Yes.
So I was just reading my notes to refresh my memory. I'm like, oh, there's not much here. So
No,
apologies. This will be going through, this will be largely based on what I can recall, which is not much.
Yep.
Because you know what my memory is like.
Yep.
But it's coming back to me. I'm hoping the more you talk, I'll remember.
Okay.
So yeah.
I honestly don't know where to start with this because I usually feel like I kick off these episodes with like, here's all the things that really annoyed me.
Okay.
And
well,
I
have some criticism.
Okay.
So
let's start
seeing
with
as I'm the only one
criticism.
that seems to have criticism,
I don't know much.
I will start.
Okay.
So first off, this criticism, like it's it's criticism for the sake of criticism, really.
Okay.
I had to pick something. Although it was something that did more or less bother me. And there's a couple of things. I guess I'll start with Addie. In that I didn't like her.
Really?
No. I
Oh,
thought she
wow.
was very selfish and very self-centered, and for all that she was 300 years old, she really didn't grow or change or develop in any way, really.
Interesting.
She was to me, she felt like she was the same character at the end as she was in the beginning, despite going through a reasonable amount of things, if in just longevity, even if it wasn't in like actual things that happened. And yeah, I didn't really vibe with her much. I didn't like the way she treated people. I didn't really like the way she treated Henry. Don't ask for specifics because I can't remember them. So that was one of my things. I felt like she was essentially a pick-me girl, struggling with the realization that no one would ever pick her.
That really surprises me because that is absolutely not the impression I got from Addie at all. Like, by the time we meet her in modern times, to me she feels a bit tired. Like, she's like, I'm fucking over this life a little bit. Like, she kind of, to me, she's trying to make the best of her situation. But understandably, the fact that nobody can ever remember her for more than like 5 minutes or a day at most if she stays glued to them is just really starting to wear on her.
Yeah.
I really liked that she really gives it back to Luke, who is the god that she's made the deal with, the demon. Like, her interactions with him, I really like that she kind of gives as good as she gets, and she's kind of almost got a little bit of this like, well, what the fuck are you going to do to me now? Yeah. Like, give me your worst. You fucked my life. You've sort of given me this Faustian bargain where you've twisted what I wanted to turn me into this kind of ghost in my own life.
Yeah.
So like, fuck you, mate.
Yeah.
Like, actually fuck you.
Yeah.
And I really like the way that we see their relationship develop through the flashbacks.
That was one of my main things, is that I felt we should have had more Addie and Luke, because I don't think Henry was really that much of anything. I think the story should have been more about Luke and Addie.
I think it was, though. Like, my sense of it was that, like, that was the story at the heart of it, and Henry was more of a symptom of that relationship.
Yeah.
Like, I think Henry showed Addie actually what she wanted. And that was to fuck Luke. Not like literally. I mean, I know that happens
a little
as well.
bit as well, yeah.
But like, to get her.
Can you pick that up, please?
Don't eat that. Yeah, I think what she really wants at the end of the day is her revenge on Luke for sort of all these years.
Yeah.
And I think that's the relationship that's really at the heart of the story. And Henry exists in this story more, I guess, almost symbolically. Like, he is the
But
other
then he
side
also
of the
gets a
coin.
point of view as well.
Yeah, he does.
Which comes quite late, so it did surprise me because it doesn't. His point of view doesn't pop up until I think part 2. And that was the other thing that I had a bit of a problem with it, is that the pacing was very, very off, I felt. And there wasn't really, like, the whole book felt like it was setting up something. Like, it was very kind of slow and all of it was introductory, and then, like, especially the first half was all sort of flashbacks, and then I thought once we introduced Henry, the flashbacks would ease because we've caught up, we're in present day. The flashbacks continued, and there were always the same flashbacks, like it was always the same story. She meets someone, they forget her, she gets sad. So they were quite repetitive, and I don't know if we necessarily needed them, especially by the time we got to Henry, because we knew that was happening, kind of thing. And so I felt like every time we hit a flashback, it was just kind of setting the story back again.
See, I felt, again, that the flashbacks were not about the people she was meeting, they were about Luke. Like, every time we have a flashback,
He wasn't in all of them, though.
No, but it's always, the flashbacks are always around the time that she was supposed to be meeting him, whether it was a year that she met him or a year that she didn't.
Yeah.
And, like, to me, it was saying, like, this is his story. Like, the story that we're telling is the story of Addie and Luke. It's not the story of Addie and Henry. Henry is there to show, I guess, to demonstrate, like, a different kind of person. Like, he's this kind of very sad, passive, broken sort of person.
Yeah.
Who, when he bargained his life away, he bargained for only a year.
Yeah.
But Addie is greedy.
Yeah.
And, like, I agree with you. Addie isn't really a good person.
No.
And I don't think she's supposed to be.
No.
But I think she's a very interesting character.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, to me, that's kind of the point of it, is, like, yeah, she's this greedy, she wanted more. You know, she bargained for an eternity.
Yeah.
And, like, yeah, it bit her on the ass, and it, you know, she kind of ended up with this kind of half-life. But she's also carved out ways to make herself exist through being a muse and, like, leaving her impression through art and writing and things like that.
Yeah.
So I think, like, to me, the flashbacks are about developing, like, showing us the way that her relationship with Luke has developed over the years, and even in the moments where he's not there, her almost missing him and, like, missing that continuity, and that experience of having somebody who actually knows her and sees her and remembers her.
Yeah. I can see that that's what she wanted, and that's what I wanted as well. I just found it a little bit lacking.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. That was my main things, really.
So I guess the thing that I loved most about this book, obviously, was the writing.
Yes.
Like, I just think it was...
Even reading this, I was like, yeah, I can see why Emma likes
it was
this
it's
author.
so good. This is the kind of writing I aspire to.
Yeah.
Like, I dream that I could write like this.
Yes.
You know, like, a couple of the quotes that I've... Literally, my first page, I have, like, 3 quotes.
Yeah.
Like, the day passes like a sentence, the sun sets like a sigh. Like, just the imagery of it all is like, it's just so good, and so powerful and so evocative. And, like, you know, the description of Luke, of, like, he smells like summer nights of earth and moss and tall grass waving beneath the stars, and something darker, of blood on rocks and wolves loose in the wood. Like, a fucking... it's so good. And just, it's so good.
Yeah.
And, like, the whole, like, to sustain that kind of poetry and without it ever feeling, like, heavy and purple. Yeah. You know, those kind of... Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It reminds me of The Book Thief, which was one of my other favourite books. And it's just, like, the ability to use simile and metaphor in such powerful and evocative ways by drawing comparisons to in unexpected ways, which I think is what makes, like, one of those amazing sort of metaphors that makes you just sit there and go, oh, is like, we can all say that, you know, his green eyes were like moss on stones. It's like, fucking obviously, you know, like, but to draw that connection in an unexpected way to something that you don't expect, like the sun sets like a scythe. Like, that's not a simile that you expect.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, you get that image of a blade of like finality of cutting, you know, and it just draws out this like amazing evocative emotion and like, oh,
Yeah.
it's so fucking good.
Yeah. Yeah, the writing definitely pulls you in.
Yeah.
In fact, my first note isn't until chapter 2. And it's, oh damn, I forgot I'm supposed to be writing notes. Because it just like sucks you in.
Yeah,
It doesn't
absolutely.
let you go.
I mean, I have like 3 pages of notes, which is not much for me. And I'm like, I had to consciously keep being
Same.
like, put the book down and write something.
I mean, I've got like a note every like, I want to say 4 chapters, if that. And most of them are really stupid notes, like, oh good, the Roman numerals reset on part 2. I was fearing the higher numbers. Because I was like, I don't know what comes after like 20. I don't know how to read Roman numerals after like 30 or something.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of mine are about like the writing and stuff like that. You know, I have one that's like, I love the description of Henry's smile is more of a promise than the thing.
Yeah.
Which I quite liked Henry.
I quite liked Henry. I
think
him.
he's sweet.
I think, he deserved better than Addie. Personally. And also, I don't know, I have a note here that I don't really remember why I wrote it. Because like I liked Henry, he was alright, but then I've got Henry wasn't much for me, perhaps because I found him uncomfortably relatable. But also, I never really felt the point of him. So I quite like, he was nice enough. I liked his. I don't know, his point of views were a bit of a surprise, but I liked them.
I mean, one of my notes was like, it's interesting to note that unlike many of the books that I haven't liked so much, this is not first person and it's dual point of view. Which is something that we often complain about, is the sort of locked in perspective of first person, single point of view. I mean, look, I suspected obviously that Henry had also made a deal of some sort. I mean, like it was pretty obvious.
And the fact that he was the only one that could
well, I was, when he was first introduced and we first found out that he could remember Addie, which, like, you know, I kind of, you knew obviously as soon as as soon as he was introduced that like
this is the one that's
this is going to be the one that remembers her. But I wasn't sure if he was some trick of Luke's or if he'd also made a deal. Turns out both.
A little bit of both.
But I think, like I said before, I think Henry is intended more as a foil for Addie than as a romantic partner. You know, he is the other side of the coin. He wants but not enough. You know, all he ever wanted was to be seen and loved. And he only asked for a year. Whereas Addie always wants more. And she was willing, you know, she's lived her life in a way that she's like, I can live with being visible, not being seen, because look at all the other stuff that I'm doing. Look at all the stuff that I'm experiencing. And so I think he is kind of a very passive and a little bit pathetic foil as a comparison to Addie's like hungriness, I guess. But he did make me very sad. I felt sad for him. You know, especially like the scenes where when he went, after he first sort of sold his soul and he went to see his family and he was so shocked at them being proud of him and seeing him and caring about him, and I'm like, that is just so tragic that like such a small thing as being like having your family be proud of you is so huge for you. You poor boy. You poor sad boy.
It should be something that's there.
Really. Exactly. It's kind of a poignant kind of sadness. So didn't mind Henry. I think
I didn't mind him.
It was sad and sweet and kind, but
I like Lucifer.
oh my god.
Luce, the most. And I feel like his character was the only one that really truly developed through the story as well. Like he was the one that changed the most from beginning to end, which I found curious. And as I said, I just wish we had a little bit more from him.
Yeah, I mean, I on a selfish level, like, yes, I absolutely wish we had more of him because, yes, he is the best character in the book. Like, he's so interesting.
Yeah.
But I also feel like if you had more of him, would he lose some of that kind of mysterious comes and goes?
I don't know, because it wasn't the mysterious comes or goes that I found interesting. So,
well, I mean, I guess like for me, it was like,
and I mean, like, you can still have that, because I think there's a lot in this book that doesn't necessarily need to be there. So you could move things around, I feel, and have more of Luke, especially because, as you say, it is really about Addie and Luke, but we spend a lot of our time on Addie and Henry, and I feel like that you could tip the scales. I'm not saying you should get rid of that aspect because, as you say, I think the whole point of Henry is to show Addie, you know, the difference and whatnot. But yeah, I feel like there could have been more there. Yeah, more developed there.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like that Luke just kind of like drops in. He's a dick
for sure,
and then pops out again.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
That's part of his charm.
Yeah. I really, I have a note that's like, Luke is obviously a shit, but he's also kind of funny. Leaving Addie in Florence is horrible, but also hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, takes her halfway across the world and then just leaves her there.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Figure it out for yourself.
Yeah, he's and I like that. I really like the development of him. As you say, like he does have more of an arc probably than the other two sort of main characters, but I really like that he almost seems to become more human the more time he spends with Addie. Yeah. And the more their relationship kind of develops and forms over time. Yeah. That, like, you know, he starts off as this kind of like, you know, ancient, smoky, unknowable, like, you know, god of the darkness kind of thing. And like she often, in the first part of the book, before she like knows his name, like she often refers to him as like the darkness or the dark, or, you know, kind of in these kind of vague terms. And then, like, as time goes on, you're like, oh, he's just a petty little bitch. Yeah. Like,
yeah, exactly. He's just out there doing petty shit.
Yeah.
Wreaking havoc.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. Like, Luke, I feel like Addie, as you say, is all very fuck you, this is what you did to me. But also, I feel Luke knew exactly what to do for Addie to make her have that fire and have her, you know, want to live. And, you know, he was always there at the right time. Not necessarily the time that she wanted, but always there at the right time. So, and that's like, I feel like we could have developed that a little bit more and seen Luke a little bit more about like, what was it that had him start to change? Because in the beginning he was very much like petty human. And then you did sort of start to see that change throughout, and then towards the end he seems like genuinely quite attached to Addie.
Well, I think he fell in love with her.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, I think that's what changed him. Is he's becoming more human-like through his sort of emotional attachment to Addie, and like she's probably one of the only beings that has been with him that long. Yeah. He's had a relationship like this with for so long. And he did that to himself. Yeah.
And that's kind of why I think he also brought Henry in, because he's like, I'm going to give this to you, I'm going to make it hurt so that you come back to me. Yeah. And, you know, love me, basically.
Yeah, basically.
You know, like every true healthy relationship.
Yeah. I do think that one of the things that I liked about this book, and I don't know you didn't like as much, maybe you don't agree, but was I guess something that we talk about often, especially in these bonus episodes, is the whole lies aren't twists.
Yes.
And I don't think there was anything in this book that genuinely like shocked me. Like I could kind of tell what was coming.
Yeah.
You know, like you could kind of, you know, you meet Henry and you're like, yeah, obviously he's going to be the one who's able to see her.
Yeah.
Obviously, like he's probably made a deal with Luke. Obviously, he's probably been put here by Luke specifically to fuck with Addie.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel like the emotional impact of those things was lessened.
No.
By having guessed them
That's
ahead
the thing.
of time.
Like, having your readers guess a twist or a plot is not a bad thing.
No.
It means you've set it up properly.
Exactly.
So don't lie to try and shock people, because
or leave out important information.
Or make it really stupid. Or, you know, lead them one going, ha, psych, it's the other. Like that's just annoying and frustrating for the readers, and it means you don't trust your readers as well.
And it like really undercuts and undersells everything that you've set up.
Literally.
By trying to, and like I think it's a real modern thing, and I don't know whether it's because of the like spoiler culture or whatever that we've got. Like it just seems to be something that is happening more these days, where like having the twist is the most important thing. And it's like you see it in stuff like, you know, like the Marvel movies where the actors aren't even allowed to see the full script. Like they're doing scenes they don't even know.
They're smiling in funerals because they've been told it's a wedding.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
they have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Because everybody is so afraid of like losing the twist that, you know, they're going to these insane lengths and actually damaging the story to try and avoid it. And I think something that this book does really well is like, yeah, it's okay you figured it out. Great.
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
It still hurts.
No, I agree with that. And that's how you need to set it up. Because you need to have that emotional attachment. You need to have that journey yourself of, you know, bringing all of these pieces together and figuring it out, and like having that, especially if the characters haven't necessarily figured it out, not in a way that makes them seem like an idiot, but just because, especially because it's easier, it's third person, so you can sort of draw a different attention that's not necessarily through their thought train. So you have that anxiety of knowing what's going to happen, and
that they don't.
And they don't.
Barrel towards
you kind of just have to watch it happen. Yeah.
It almost feels like a Shakespearean tragedy. The characters don't know they're in a tragedy.
Yeah, literally.
You know they're in a tragedy.
It is very Shakespearean. This is very Shakespearean.
So like, you start this book, and I feel like it's pretty soon you're like, oh, this is a tragedy.
Yeah, the whole way through this book, I'm like, this isn't going to end happy.
Yeah, this is going to.
There is no way this has a happy ending.
Absolutely not. Even when like Addie's in her like, you know, honeymoon phase with Henry, you're like, this isn't going to end well.
There's going to be a tragic ending here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
So the characters don't know they're in a tragedy, so they're going around their life not knowing that this is going to end in tears, and you're sitting there going, I know that this is going to end in tears, and I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop to find out what the tragedy is, like what is going to be the tragic turn.
Exactly.
And I think this, and like I was saying, like I think this is like a modern thing that we're so afraid of letting people know what kind of book they're reading, what kind of movie they're watching. You know, when Shakespeare starts Romeo and Juliet, he's like, hey, everybody
dies in this,
This is a tragedy.
Yeah.
Be prepared.
Yeah.
Now let's get on with the
story.
story.
It's somehow, like, along the way, we've confused, like, the ability to write well with the ability to write, like, a shocking twist that no one can see coming. Like, you have to outsmart your readers.
Yeah.
And you don't have to.
No.
Like, especially if it's not, like, a murder mystery.
Yeah.
Like, I understand murder mysteries or crime, you kind of, you do want to be clever about that because that's kind of their shtick. But even that, like, you need to set it up appropriately so that, in theory, you should be able to solve it.
Absolutely. Yourself. And, like, I think that there are so many sort of, like, the media that has, like, a big twist that like blows people's minds at the time gets so remembered and so talked about that I think people have kind of come to the conclusion this is the only way to do it that is good. So like, you know, think about something like The Sixth Sense. You know, the fact that like Bruce Willis is dead the whole time. Spoiler for like a 30-year-old movie.
No, I've never seen it, but I still know that one.
Exactly. So it's like, you know, I can see why you want to give people the experience of, because I remember the first time I watched the 16, I was like, fuck! Oh! And but then you watch it, you know, you watch it back and you're like, of course, right, yes, it all makes sense when you watch it again. And I can see why writers might want to try and do that and have that kind of thing. But man, it's so hard to do.
And if you get it wrong,
then it's dumb.
It's real bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can, not every story can have that.
No.
You know.
No. Or needs it.
Or needs it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this didn't need it.
Exactly.
This isn't like a massive like adventure with you know, multiple moving plot points and mystery and intrigue. It's
a small, quite simple story.
It's a character driven story.
Absolutely.
Like, there's no big world
plot.
Yeah.
There's no like the stakes realistically extremely low.
No. Yeah.
You know, no, the world isn't going to end.
No. Nothing's going to happen except these two people may not exist at the end of it.
Exactly.
And in the grand scheme of things,
yeah,
it's not going to affect many people.
To be fair, Addie should have died 300 years ago.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
Like, she will vanish from the world and it will mean literally nothing. Because nobody knows she exists anyway.
Exactly.
But yeah, I just think that, like, if you think about this book as a tragedy, like a Shakespearean style tragedy, like you kind of, the power of actually knowing that it's going to end badly doesn't take away any of the power of it ending badly.
It's heightened, if anything, because you spent the whole book waiting for it to happen. Yeah.
And even if you don't know exactly how you know that it's going to go bad.
Yeah.
And like I think I cried through like the last 4 chapters of this book.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, oh no, it's all going wrong.
Yeah.
But you know, then there was kind of, I feel like there was kind of a vindication at the end. Like, I think Addie won. And you know, even if she lost Henry, I don't think she ever really needed Henry. Yeah. In the first place. No. And I suppose it's also worth mentioning, if we're talking about the end, it does turn out that this book is written by Henry, of Addie's memories and her story. Yeah. And I think, like, that's quite a clever little meta.
Yeah, I kind of like that. Yeah.
Especially when, so at the start of each chapter there is an art piece that has been inspired by Addie throughout the years. I think that was so cool as well. And I think that the whole book being actually another one of those art pieces is kind of like a nice, like, little meta bow to sit on top of it.
Which and like that is sort of the only reason why I can see why there wasn't more loose in it. Yeah. Because it was written by Henry.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was a nice little, cute little added.
Yeah. I think it's just a very, I guess a very human tragedy.
And
story.
I like, this is off topic, but I like that it's just one book.
Oh, I know, right?
Not everything needs to be a series.
You've got to love a standalone sometimes.
It's just one book.
It's just one book.
I think that is very good.
Yeah.
And I hope she sticks with it.
Yeah.
Because obviously there is room that you could take it further.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But it really doesn't need to be.
No. And I think, like, I like the idea of it just sort of carrying on, you know, Addie trying to best Luke throughout the, you know, the coming years. But I mean, look, I think we can probably rest easy because V. Schwab was already a very famous author when she wrote this book. Yeah. She doesn't need the dollars.
No.
She has other series going on.
Yeah.
You know, I think the thing that happens with authors who, like, have one thing, they have one idea and it gets really insanely popular, and then they just keep writing that same thing over and over again. It doesn't happen. Exactly. It tends to happen more when it's your first book that goes, like, insane.
Yeah. You want to keep milking that cow. Like,
exactly. So, like, you know, Fourth Wing was Rebecca Yarris's first book, so she's like, well, it's her first really big book, like, popular book.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
she's written many contemporaries, but it's her first fantasy.
Yeah, but none of her other books have gone off like this. No. And so it's kind of like, well, let's keep going
Let's
with
keep
this
going
shit.
with that. Yeah.
And you know, the same I think for Sarah J. Maas and like, you know, a lot of these really huge book talk authors. It's like, well, I've got a really good thing going. Let's keep milking it.
Which, you know,
Yeah,
sure,
no, I mean,
it's
like,
working.
Sure,
Whatever.
you know, if you're making lots of money, you're richer than us.
Yeah.
But V. Schwab, like, she's written tons of books that
Yeah.
have been really, really popular.
Yeah.
And you know, I think this is probably like a little fun side project that she
Yes.
was just like,
I'm just gonna try something
just gonna,
different.
knock out something a bit different. And I don't expect that she will write a sequel
No.
to this one. I think this will just
Well
sit
done.
as a standalone.
Yeah.
She's busy working on the sequel to Dark Shades of Magic anyway.
Yes.
I hope. Schwab,
Yes,
you fucking better be.
they're on my list. I'll get there.
Oh, they're so good.
Yeah. Well, there's yeah, I know. That's the problem. If the better the book is, the less we have to say about it.
Yeah, I mean,
There was a couple of interesting points. So whenever I finish a book, I go through and obviously read all the reviews.
Mm-hmm.
And there were a couple that brought up a little bit of controversy around it. Yeah, which I don't think was entirely fair. So there was a lot of calls that it was a very white book and that it was very quite racist, essentially, because it's gone through many political movements throughout the years, because she's lived for 300 years.
Sure.
And none of them are mentioned. So like slavery, wars, suffragettes, all that sort of stuff. So they were like, you know, none of these major historical points were like even really referenced in the story, let alone dealt with.
Okay.
Exactly. And so I kind of 2 points to that. Like, first off, I don't think she was writing that kind of book.
No.
She wasn't writing a political piece.
No.
Like, that wasn't
Clearly
wasn't what she set out to do. And on the back of that, like, I don't think Addie herself as a character
would be involved in any of
no,
that?
because she was quite self-centered and selfish, and also just removed from the public.
Absolutely.
That none of it would have affected her in any way, so it wouldn't have been in her purview.
No, I agree. I think saying that it is like racist is crazy, because like you say, Addie doesn't give a shit about any of that kind of stuff. She's dealing with her own shit.
Yeah.
You know, and like none of that stuff would have made a difference to her. No. Because she would walk in, walk out, and everyone would forget she was anywhere.
Yeah, so she couldn't make change. She wasn't even really affected by the negativity, like even like from a suffragette point of view. Obviously she's a woman, but like she has no rights anyway.
Yeah, and
whether she's a woman or not, because she's not a person.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it was kind of like, I feel like early on it was kind of touched on a little bit when she was kind of in France, in Paris, and like she got herself into some sticky situations because she was a woman. Yeah. She literally ran out the door, around the corner, and it's over. Yeah. Because they've all forgotten that she exists. Yeah. You know, so, and again, like you say, it's just really not that kind of story. No,
that's not what she was setting out to write.
No, it wasn't a historical novel. No. That, you know, was like looking at the history of the
just
world.
Because it's set throughout history doesn't mean it's about history.
It's about Addie.
Yes.
And I think, like I said before, like I think every flashback we had, the point was not what time what's going on in the world. No, not at all. What is Addie doing, and how is Luke's involvement playing into that, and how is that relationship developing? Yeah. So I think that's
I don't think that controversy was really anything to really. Not everything has to say something. No. Like sometimes.
And like it is saying something, it's just not saying that.
Yeah, exactly. So, I was surprised by quite a few people mentioned it, and I was just like.
I think sometimes people are looking for reasons to be upset about stuff. Yeah. Like, I feel like there are books with bigger problems. Yes. Like actual racism.
Yeah, actual racism. Yeah, not just by like dint of not having anything about race in it. Yeah. Yeah, like this book doesn't mention race at all. It's racist.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Despite it being very queer.
Yeah, it was very queer positive.
And I'm pretty sure there was people of color in it as well. Like.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So I didn't think that really had a leg to stand on.
No, I think that's. I don't know. Again, I think that's like. looking for
Also,
things to be upset about.
is Adeline a thing? Like Adeline being a person throughout time, living forever? Is that a thing? Because there's a movie called Adeline that it is also about a woman who's immortal and has to like live.
Oh yeah, the Age of Adeline.
Yeah, with Blake Lively in it.
Yeah,
I've never seen it, but it's the same concept. So like, I was just confused. Like, is Adeline like a common myth, or is that just coincidence?
I feel like it's just a coincidence.
Right. Okay. So I wasn't sure if maybe it was like a. Tell me. I wasn't sure if maybe it was just like a like a common thing, but
I think it's just a nice name.
yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
Cool. Because I was right. I'm like, is this something that I've missed?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know where like the name in the Age of Adeline comes from, but I mean, it's just a very French sounding name,
It
so
is,
I feel like
maybe
that's
it's just
probably
common.
why
Maybe.
she was called Addie LaRue in this was
Yeah.
she's French.
Cool.
It's French sounding name, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah,
Just wasn't sure if I was missing something there.
I think so.
Okay. Fair enough. Cool. That's 40 minutes.
Yeah. It's not really good books.
Yeah. Yeah, so this just in, reading good books doesn't make for a good podcast.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was great. I guess, and I mean, look, I think in particular, like, this is a book that, as a good book, is hard to talk about because it doesn't have like a sprawling plot, and it's not a big story.
No.
It is a very small, quite simple story about three characters.
Yeah.
And because there isn't a lot to complain about, it's just kind of like, yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. Read it.
Read it.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah, it's worth a read.
It is worth a read.
Yeah.
You know, the writing alone is just gorgeous. I really loved all of the characters. I thought Addie was very sort of stubborn and smart, and Henry was just very sad and lost.
Yeah, little sweet little puppy dog.
Luke was sort of this fickle, cruel, changeable kind of god, but yeah, no, I really, really liked it. It just felt like a really human tragedy about kind of the sacrifice that you pay for happiness. And I kind of liked, you know, at the end I was kind of, my final thoughts was kind of like, yes, Addie was cursed and at times her life was, you know, hard and lonely, but she also got to see and experience great wonder and love and beauty, and managed to make quite an impression on the world through art and stories. Yeah. Which I think, I don't know, I just thought it was a really nice story.
Yeah. Unique.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a good book.
Yeah, it's a good book. So, you know what we didn't do?
We didn't do our fucking socials. We're like, hey, talk to us, tell us your thoughts. We're not going to tell you
how to do that. Oh well, they'll figure it out. Anyway, so that's the end of this episode. So yes, tell us your thoughts. Are you in the camp of Emma v. Schwab can do no wrong?
I did say that.
Are you in the camp of me that maybe she can do, but still very good? I don't think she's wrong. They're just thoughts. Yes, so, and this is the way you can let us know those thoughts. So, you can email us at whatwewrotepodcast. No, whatwewrotepod. Am I doing this out of order? Do I normally start with email?
I don't know.
No. Anyway, you can email us at whatwewrotepod@gmail.com. Or we have various social medias, all with the handle What We Wrote Podcast.
Yep.
So you can find us on Facebook, Insta, Tumblr, technically we're on TikTok, but nah.
And YouTube!
Oh, and YouTube, yes! We have started a YouTube, so...
We're on YouTube now, guys!
They're not as polished.
No,
so
you get to see all our fucking around.
Exactly. You can see just how many times I stuffed this up.
Yeah. So we're posting the full video recordings of the episodes on YouTube.
Yes.
Eventually.
Because of that, obviously, we've always recorded these for, like, you know, the use of reels and whatnot, because social media, gotta get there. So most of them were recorded not really ever intending to be seen, so I apologize for anything that may happen. God knows what.
They're getting a super rough edit, but I don't have time to edit them the way I edit the podcast. So
We've got a lot more Penny.
there's a lot of Penny.
There's a lot of Penny interrupting. There's a lot of me chasing after Penny when she's eaten something.
Getting up and down. Sitting there for ages going, please go to sleep.
Yeah.
Leo, my dog, actually features in some of them, mostly
Yes.
as a black tail.
Yeah.
Because he can't climb on us. He's not tall enough. Well, he's
taller than Penny.
He's too tall.
Yeah.
But yeah, check us out on YouTube if
Yeah.
you would like to see more of our dumb faces.
And boy, our faces are even more dumb when we talk about things.
Yeah, they are.
So we pull funny faces all the time. So
Yes.
if you want to see our funny faces, go to YouTube.
Yeah, all the bloopers.
All the bloopers. There's so many bloopers.
So many.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
I think that's it.
All right.
All right. Cool.